Hello, I'm Lucy. I'm 24 years old. I have a boyfriend named Jonas. I will tell you the story that just happened to me, which is seemingly to be in movie only. Jonas and I knew each other when we were at the university. We studied in the same linguistic department. At the time, my boarding house was quite far away from school. I often had to take many bus routes to get there. Jonas, who lives in the city, had his own motorbike and offered to drive me home after school. Of course, I rejected his kind offer because I wasn't a very easygoing girl. My fashion style is quite modern and cute. My personality is fun and sociable with everyone. At school, I always got the attention from lots of guys, and Jonas was no exception. He always deliberately sat nearby me in class and messaged me every day with things like, "Good morning, Lucy, what are you doing today?" or "Have a good sleep tonight." I was do not care about Jonas until one incident happened that made me change my mind. As usual, after school, I stood at a bus stop to wait for the bus to take me back to my boarding house. It was quite hot, which made me tired of waiting for a long time. Suddenly a shadow passed in front of my eyes. Before I could understand anything, I saw the bag in my hand had disappeared. I panicked, pointing at the direction the bandit just ran through and shouting to everyone, "Bandits! Bandits! I was robbed! Please someone help me to get him!" Jonas was standing nearby and heard my scream. He immediately hopped on the motorbike and chased after the bandit. He dashed very quickly and closed in on him, thrusting the thief's foot in pain to make him fall to the ground. Jonas got off the motorbike and plunged into the thief, struggling with him to reclaim the bag. Me and the people around me ran over him, just to see the bandit hurriedly throw on my back, pushed Jonas out of his body and fled. Thankfully, Jonas was only slightly injured. I was very grateful to Jonas and promised to thank him by doing some favors in return, but Jonas just smiled and told me that was what he should do. Since then, I have begun to change my mind about Jonas. In my eyes, Jonas had become so handsome, masculine, and kind. I agreed to let Jonas take me home by motorbike every day, partly because I was afraid the robbery might happen again. The another part of me wanted to get to know more about Jonas. Gradually, Jonas and I fell in love. We had some good chats every ride back to my boarding house. Jonas took the initiative to sit next to me during each lesson, and we had lunch together. We started dating when we were in second year of university. The days were all very romantic. Jonas understood me so well. He knew what I need and which kind of gifts I like. I had never been bored when loving Jonas, and I thought he also felt the same. 4 years had passed. Both Jonas and I had a stable job, and we still loved each other. However, the work didn't allow us to have as much time for dating as before. Jonas also had to save money so that we could proceed to marriage later. Jonas started to get busy when he had to be regularly assigned work related to investors. Many appointments between me and Jonas had to be cancelled at the last minute. Although I still sympathized for my lover and didn't show any harshness or complaint, I always felt like I was being abandoned. Sometimes I called him, but he didn't pick up. I was alone. During a time when my lover wasn't around, I happened to know a guy on Facebook. His name is Sam. He worked near my company and proactively tested me to be friends with me first. Having a friend to confide to was quite interesting. Sam and I had many coffee times together to chat and share about work and life. Sam has a very similar personality to Jonas, which inadvertently caused some feelings inside me, and I really enjoyed every time I saw him. Sam is very clever, and he had never made me angry. Whenever I felt sad, he always stayed beside me, comforted me, and we both hung out together, sometimes drinking in a few bars. Jonas and I became more and more distant. I could no longer feel the interest of my lover towards me. On the contrary, I found the warmth from Sam. Surely you understand that I'm turning into a cheater, right? On a weekend night, Sam and I went out for a drink together at the bar. We talked happily until late at night. I drank a lot and told Sam the story of Jonas. Not knowing how much I drank, it made me come around to hug Sam and fell asleep. The next morning, I found myself lying in a hotel room. Yes, the thing that scared me even more was that my body was completely naked. I was shocked and couldn't remember the whole thing yesterday. I just remember hugging Sam. When I opened the phone, Sam's message came. "Hi honey, you drank too much yesterday, rushing to me without any control. I have already paid for your room. Have a good day." It all became dark in front of my eyes. So I had spent the night with Sam. I was exactly on the both sides of the fence, loving both of them at once. I did not expect that one day I would blindly spend the night with Sam, although I liked him. I had Jonas as my lover all these years. If Jonas knew this, he would never forgive me. Our relationship would be broken. I cried and bewildered, hurriedly got dressed and rushed home. I was silent and didn't reply to any of Sam's messages. I just hoped that everything would sink into oblivion. A week later, Jonas came home. He promised to take me out to eat. When I arrived, I saw Jonas waiting with an icy face. He didn't even look up at me. "Jonas, how's your business trip? Is everything alright? I was looking forward to seeing you come back." I excitedly greeted him. In response to me, Jonas was silent. He flipped through his phone and turned the screen to show me. "Lucy, I need to hear an explanation." My heart stopped beating. In his phone was a picture of me and Sam. I was sleeping soundly in the hotel next to Sam. I really don't know how to justify it with Jonas. "A man named Sam sent to me. Are these pictures yours? Why did you betray me?" I looked down. I knew I was wrong, and the truth would never be hidden forever. I told him everything about my feelings, admitting my adultery when Jonas had abandoned me and didn't care me anymore. I just apologized and prayed for forgiveness. Jonas stood up and said, "You betrayed me. We broke up. We're done." Jonas left while I was feeling a sense of impotence. Days later, Facebook and Jonas' phone number were also completely blocked. I have no mind to work anymore. I tormented and blamed myself for being too easy. I hated Sam because he took often pictures without my permission. I then immediately visited Sam's Facebook account to text him about this problem. But wait, as soon as I browsed the friends sections of Sam's account, I saw an account with a familiar avatar known as Ben. My intuition made me visit the profile of this guy named Ben. And then I had to open my eyes wide when I learned about Ben. Yes, Ben is Jonas. My lover used a different account with a different name. And more surprisingly, on his secret personal page, he uploaded many pictures of traveling with an extremely beautiful girl. What's going on here? Why Sam added Jonas as Facebook friend? I immediately went to see Sam to clarify everything. In front of my rage, I threatened if Sam didn't tell the truth, I would accuse him to the police of deliberately taking photos to harm me. This time, Sam seemed to be flustered when I interrogated him, so he had to confess. And after hearing the truth, I didn't know how should I react to it. It turned out that Jonas had been secretly having an affair with a girl for a year. Jonas' business trips were actually to give him good times with her. I was cheated for long ago without even knowing it. When Jonas learned that the girl was pregnant, he wanted to find a way to say goodbye to me and live properly with her. He hired Sam to carry out the plan of seducing me. Jonas told Sam about my personality, interests, and everything related to me. He showed Sam how to be the man I want to make me fall into adultery. Thus, Jonas could comfortably break up with me without having to worry. More heartbreaking, Sam also told the truth that he was also hired as a thief to set up a play that moved me and made me love Jonas a few years ago. Everything was planned and arranged by Jonas to get me. So shocked and surprised, I felt the more I heard the truth, the horn on my head grew a few inches higher. I was actually the pitiful person in such a grim story, being cheated for too long without even knowing it. How dare they make use of me as a puppet in their lives? What do you think I should do to punish those bastards, Jonas and Sam? What's